We're back with Star Wars The Black Series. I never left it. I've been collecting it ever since I stopped reviewing these figures for the longest of time on YouTube. I think it's been 2 years since the last review. Don't hold me to it. But I believe the last figure I reviewed in this series was Bosk from the Archive series. With that said, feel free to look it up and correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at this newly just found in stores as of yesterday. This is Luke Skywalker in his Endor attire. But before we take a look at the action figure, we'll put him aside for a moment and take a look at the packaging, as it's good to come back to something that, you know, started off pretty fresh, and then after a while the viewership started to drop, and then it just got to the point where nobody was really watching the videos anymore. And with that said, now Transformers falls into that line. They wanted to keep your focus, your attention on the action figure, so if they made it pretty bland on the outside, you're looking in on what's on the inside. And it still holds to this day. But I do admit, I love the artwork. Even if that's not artwork, if that's like a photo or something, I don't know. Looks pretty good. Yes, it's done in that monochrome tone, but hey, guess what? We do have some green down here because Return of the Jedi? And yeah, sure, green lightsaber, but all the figures out of this line so far consists of green packaging when it's Return of the Jedi, surprisingly. Anyway, Luke Skywalker, Endor, warning, choking hazard, ages 4 and plus. On this side, Star Wars The Black Series. On this side again, Luke Skywalker. On the back of the packaging, bigger image of Luke Skywalker right there. There's a bio if you want to pause the viewer and read it. Be my guest, but you should know all about this character. I mean, he is the main protagonist. Number 4 of this series here, Return of the Jedi. Alright, we're pretty much done with that. We'll put it aside now and bring back in the figure here so you can get a good look at Luke in all of his glory as I lower the camera so you can see him. And hopefully this isn't too oversaturated because of all the green going on here. But hey, that's the theme right now, right? So, let's take a good look at the face of Luke, Mark Hamill himself, from his glory days. Very young Mark Hamill. Kind of hard to see, not because of just the fact that it's so dark around the focusing center of the camera, also because he's wearing a helmet here, and it does unfortunately put quite the shadow around his face. But the good news is it is removable, so I can actually get this off. But then you're going to notice one little imperfection with my figure compared to maybe yours or one you've seen in stores. The printing on his face, for the most part, it's okay. It could be so much better, however, because the eyes are not where they're supposed to be. You can actually see it right there. The sculpting of the eyes is right there next to my disgusting looking thumbnail. And the eyes are actually printed above them. Not hard to see without the helmet, but when you got the helmet on the figure, of course, it's gonna break it up a little bit, so you're not really gonna notice it. And even sometimes, I don't notice it from up close in his face. It's just something about the helmet really does break that up. It doesn't look so convincing that it's out of place. Which, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take this off again. So you can get one last look at that face, because they nailed it. It's pretty good. Unfortunately, on my copy, the printing's just a little out of place where it's supposed to be, but it's just not there. Other than that, we do have soft goods here for his cape, robe, hoodie looking thing here, which he did have in the film. Yeah, it's nice. We got a belt, got some paint here for the buckle piece in silver. It's got some nice details on it as well all around. This is actually removable. If you want to, you can take this entire piece off and you would have your basic Return of the Jedi, Luke Skywalker attire from the beginning and the ending of the film. Pretty cool. Right, so anyway, there's that. And you also notice that this piece is actually not strapped down to the belt. You can do it if you want, but you're going to wrinkle it up, and I don't prefer it because, actually, tell you the truth, it did kind of look like it was draped out this pretty far on his shoulders in the film itself. Go back and look. So anyway, we do have the normal hand here for the left, and then we got his robotic hand here on the right, which is covered up with the glove, which is just black, right? And then we go down to his boots. You know, not much to really say about the details on his suit, but it is what it is. So there's no reason to really complain about it. Let's go through his articulation real quickly. And we do have a ball joint at the neck. I got the hinge joint as well for up and down movement, which I still believe, yes, that is the hinge. It's the first time I'm actually looking at it. Anyway, we do have universal shoulder joints that does get a full 360 without hindrance by the soft goods. Nice. We got the swivel cut above the elbow section, so that, you know, makes up for no bicep. We've got single jointed elbows, which, you know, it is what it is for the Star Wars figures. 9 degrees of bend is all you can ask for. Wrist rotation, we got the hinge joint for inward and outward movement. In this hand, his right hand, it's got the up and down movement. And we also have the upper ball jointed torso. We've got a little bit of movement here. It's not an ab crunch. It's also consisted of the ball joint in the torso. We've got ball jointed hips. Nope, universal. My bad. We'll get this much caking forward, which is really good. That much going back. We can do about that much for a split, and that's all you can really ask for. We got the thigh swivel cut. Double jointed knees. We also have the ankle rocker movement and the hinge joint for up and down movement as well at the feet. And that is pretty much your slot of articulation for the guy, which is not bad. So for accessories, Luke's got, of course, the helmet. I'll showcase it all around so you can see all the details on it, which it does have some nice printing as well, with also the nice paint work for all the green parts on it, which is pretty clean. No sloppiness. It's got a little bit of black washing as well. I just noticed that. Boy, this figure's full of surprises. And of course, he does have his green lightsaber, which does have some nice, lovely details to it, with some nice gold for the button. And then we got the trimming in the black here for those pieces. And then it's done in that nice silver paint all around. It's got the hook here. For, I'm assuming, since this is the exact same buck that we've been seeing with this version of Luke Skywalker, he's still got the clip somewhere around the figure where you can actually clip this. I could be wrong, though, because I'm not seeing anything, but oh well. I guess this goes to show that this is the exact same lightsaber that this figure version, whichever, from Return of the Jedi has been coming with since the start. Anyway, the lightsaber beam is done out of green translucent plastic. It is removable. I gotta be honest, I did have to trim it down a bit to get it to slot in a lot tighter, because as it is, straight out of package, it was pretty crooked because of how far it's stuck out here with just that little bit there. That thin bit of plastic right there, which really wasn't grabbing anything. And it still kind of moves around a little bit, but not as bad as it did before. So, anyway, like all weapons that the figure comes with, or any other figure, you can put it in his hands, like so. There you go. So there's that. And that's about it. I mean, there really isn't that much more in the detail that we can go through with this figure. We've gone through what he looks like all around with the 360 and the detailed description, which takes up a majority of the video. We've gone through the articulation. We've gone through the accessories. All we got left to show off is some size comparisons. We've got the armorer from The Mandalorian. And speaking of The Mandalorian, Mando himself. Why not? Not really what you had expected, is it? Alright, let me just cheer you guys up for a moment here, because I do have them. So for a proper size comparisons, here is what you guys were looking for. The child, also known as Grogu, and his accessories in this clear box still. Okay, fine. I'm just teasing you guys, alright? Here it is. All that aside, what you really wanted to see, here's Princess Leia in her Endor attire, and Han Solo with his Endor attire as well. Phenomenal. Great scale. Not a lot of companies can actually get this right. I'm looking at you right now, Wicked Cool Toys, with your AEW products. More details on that in the future in its own time. Anyway, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and leave this here to wrap it up. Do I recommend... Look at the camera. Do I recommend this? Absolutely. This is an incredible action figure which unfortunately does have copy and paste from all the other variant versions of this Luke Skywalker action figure, which is fine. I mean, there really isn't that much that could be changed, except for the head sculpt, which does look a lot more like Mark Hamill. Unfortunately, I have a misprint when it comes to the face likeness, but other than that, that's just my release. Your results are going to be different. I'm sure you'll find a better one. Unfortunately, this was the only one they had in stock in my local Walmart store, so I had to do with what they had. If I see him again, I'm definitely going to pick him up again because this figure is fantastic. Phenomenal work. Hasbro should be very proud of themselves right now with this. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, there's more Star Wars reviews to come if you haven't guessed by now. So yeah, Star Wars is back on this channel, baby. Going into 2021, you're going to be seeing a lot of Star Wars again. I promise you guys. So that's it. Questions or comments, you know to do. Hit it down below in the comment section of the video. If you like today's Spotlight review, hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to give me a sub up. If you didn't like it, hit the thumbs down. Don't forget to throw in the towel. And until then, this is Res Power signing off saying thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye-bye.